Hey y'all, it's me, Niecy Lynn. This is the 24th of October. This is Flosstube 298, which seems amazing. And it has been a couple of weeks, man. It's been crazy. I'm behind on my mail. I am behind on every aspect of my life, let's be honest. I'm gonna push this guy this way because I see his little flower arrangement right there. This table looks like who done what. No, it's a wreck. But I had so much fun at Stitch West. It's always great. Deb and Kev do an amazing job getting it together, keeping it together. I don't know how all that happens. It's some sort of magic, I guess. Salt Lake City never disappoints. I think last video was the live from Stitch West. And then on TikTok and maybe Insta, I put a little video of Gardner Village where we went, where Pine Needle's shop is. It was fabulous, and they were having a little thing called Witch Fest. And it's super nice and friendly and like hocus pocus kind of, even a little bit lighter than that, I would say. There's like one little witch that she's all pink and purple and pastel pink and pastel like lavender. And they're just adorable and sweet, and they interact with the people, and they have all these pumpkins and all these little vignettes set up, and it's just too cute. And there's a little scavenger hunt. It was fabulous too. Patty and I got very brave, and we rode the, what they call their track system, which is like their light rail or something. I would kind of call it a trolley. Hello, Jonathan. Hello, Rebecca. Oh, and Carol, I'm so glad you made it home safe. She was the last one of us traveling, except for Dottie. And Dottie was, coming from over the pond over there. So she was a little bit later than everybody else. She was at a different retreat she was at the Hands Across the Sea retreat over in the UK. So that was great. And we loved getting to see her pictures. She sent us little pictures and things, and we sent pictures back and all. So we'll have to have a real visit this week and go over all the real deets of how it was and everything. But she was sweet enough to send us pictures and all of her adventures over there. She even drove. Dottie's like crazy brave. Not me. I have whips. I have haul. I have shares and things from Stitch West. So I'm not quite sure where to start. I'm going to start right here. Okay. This will be one of our share setting, and we're going to start off with it early because it's a little bit different. This adorable book was at Stitch West. This is the daughter of Woolly for You. Okay, so here's Woolly for You. So I went up to her booth because I had to have him. And y'all, wait, what do you see him? He's so cute. Isn't he to die for? And she had pumpkins and I think some little witches and some snowmen and maybe scarecrow. But I mean, it is so cute. But she has all kind of wool and little wool packets, like little wool bundles, I guess it's a way to say. So if you need some for some wool applique, this is your chick right here. And I hope that's focusing. So you can stop your screen and you should be able to go to photos on your phone and take a picture, like you're going to take a picture of this, and it'll pop up a little yellow thing that'll take you right to her, okay? So, and she's super, super sweet. So I was over there looking at all these. I thought she might have a pattern. And she didn't. She said, no, we just made them. And so I said, okay, well, then I have to have one because I love him. And if I can't make him myself, I'll just get him. So she tried to tell me how to make it myself. And so I may give it a go at some point. She was sweet enough to say, well, it's just this and this and this many pieces. And she was a doll, an absolute doll. So if you need anything, holler at her. Lisa was super sweet. But her daughter is, I'll move Frankie. You know what, we'll just set Frankie right here right now. There. And he has a little spring he's supposed to sit on. Her daughter is Michaela. I think I have this right. If not, she's gonna kick me. Here again, you can screenshot this. She's on Kindle, or you can get the book, but it will be one of our shares today. She was sweet enough to sign it and everything. So it will be one of our shares today. And so if you're a big reader though, go get it on your Kindle or get it and read it. I started it just a little bit, but I felt like that was cheating. So I'm gonna get it on my Kindle. I felt like it was cheating to read it completely. But one of the other vendors had read it while we were there, and she said it was great. So that will be one of our shares today. So that's there. Then, okay, those two are over there. Y'all, I'm trying to keep some sort of semblance of order here. We know it ain't gonna work. These are from Mary Crow. And now Sally asked about them. And I wrote it on your comment from last week, but she's the Mary Crow, just like this, with no spaces, on Etsy. Super sweet, super, super sweet. She has always floss drops, and they are really nice and thick and sturdy. Like you're not gonna break these, okay? They're here for the long haul. These are especially fun to me. You can for weeks, because weeks I just don't like that little piece, but you can put your thread down here and put the top part up here, or put both pieces down here, and it will work. I may do that in a minute and show you, but anywho. And then I had to get this because it has the red barn. Look at that. And then it has a place for notes on the back. Like a little library card or something. Isn't that adorable? She is super sweet, very affordable. I always love getting stuff from her. She sat at a table with my friends, Karen and Jennifer. Hey, y'all. And was just the sweetest thing. Okay, y'all, sorry for the crinkling paper, but I'm trying to move things around on the table. Sorry. The other, these were two of my, these are gifts. And I love them. And I'm going to stitch on them. Y'all know I've been having a lot of fun stitching on like the mesh bags, right? Like here was my big one. Ooh, can I slide it out? Well, no, here's one of the, this will be in my whips again, we'll talk about it, but you know, like these, right? Well, Joan, and here is her card here. Is that gonna focus? Yes. Look at this. Look at this bag. And I don't think I've cut this one apart. This one I have been, but it's gonna make an avalanche, so. Okay, y'all, we're gonna try our luck here. We're probably pushing it. We're gonna set this here, this here. Man, oh man, oh man, what a mess. Lordy, lordy. I don't know why I didn't think to do this ahead of time. Because that would have been clear and concise thinking, so obviously not in my wheelhouse. Okay, so it has, so here's the other one. And they have a removable bottom. So you can, you know, pop it up and lay it flat when you want to store it. But this is stitchable mesh. How adorable is that? She had so many different patterns and different things on them, different colors of mesh. But I just thought they were amazing. So it's Joan Wick, and she is, let me see, I'm just gonna try to go this again just so I'm sure you can see it. I hope that's focusing. But I was amazed. I'd never seen that before. I think this was the first retreat she had them at, maybe. Oh, and all this around the outside here, these are all pockets. So this is a fabulous retreat bag our stitchy bag for when you're, you know, going to a ball game or something, you're taking some stuff with you, going to the doctor's office, going to the hospital. To sit with somebody, because you have everything in here, and then you have your little, all these little pockets around the outside. But as you can see, the stitching is so precise. I mean, so nice. So, like I said, holler at Joan, and you will just be amazed. And I'm gonna fold this one up flat so you can see that it does go back flat again. If I could fold, it does. What have I done here? Oh, I've anchored it, putting it in the bag wrong. There you go. Okay. So here we are all flat again. So it is a great design. She just did great work on it. But, and here's another one of her cards. Super, super sweet. I'm gonna put you over here. What else? Now this was our little, we got to our table, and this was our little retreat gift. It's a little wool basket. How cute is that? I love it. Like I said, they always do an amazing job, and everything's so good, and everybody's so nice, and the hotel's nice. Everything's nice. Everything's nice. Everything's nice. Like I said, we ran out to pine needles. I grabbed a few things. I don't know if I grabbed a card. Probably not. I don't guess I grabbed a card. I'm sure they're online. Pine Needles cross stitch shop. I know they are because we looked up the address and everything. So we ran in there. I hope to get it. I'm probably not gonna get it stitched by Christmas. I hope to get it stitched by Christmas, and I would like to gift it to my mother-in-law when I get it finished. The Tiny Town Heart in Hand Nativity. This one is embroidered, but we all know I love that, and I got it at Pine Needles. And Pumpkin Pals, which was on my list of things I needed to stitch. And Merry Christmas. So, so cute. I think I got this one there too. So adorable. It's a beautiful shop. Oh, and they had the fabric ready. They had the fabric ready to go with Tiny Town, so I have that ready to go, you know. Now, I got some fabric from Live and Die in LA. They were there. They always had beautiful floss and beautiful fabric. And these two really just spoke to me. These are both, I think, 36s. Yeah. And Amber Waves is over here, and Cream Pie. And that's pretty, right there is pretty accurate for them how we done time was. Isn't that pretty? Let's see here. Put that one back. We're not doing too bad. Abby Top Knot Stitcher was there. She had the fabric for our retreat piece. So I did get, I guess we'll talk about her in splits because we're going to do it twice because I have something over here and something way over there somewhere. And this is the Cream Pie. And that's not very accurate. This is more accurate like this, yeah. Because it's got a yellow tone to it. Had Kim, Teresa, and Rosie at my table. They were so sweet and so fun to get to know. We went and ate together. We just had so much fun. I think I got this one from Abby. And then my other fabric from Abby is over there. Yes. She had these in a bin on her table. Love so divine, demands my soul, my life, my all. It's one I survey. It's from one I survey. I just think it's gorgeous. So it is on my list of things. But I'll show you the fabric I got from Abs for our retreat piece. Let's see. And then on our table presents, well, they're kind of buried and strung around, but these two are right here at the top. Kim L brought just some patterns that she had got doubles of or whatever, and so that was her table gift, which I thought was a genius idea. Either that she got doubles of or that she was finished up, and so we got to pick two. So I thought that was a great idea. So if you're going to a retreat and you don't have time to like stitch up a bunch of stuff, but you do have some patterns that you can pass on, this is great because depending on which ones we picked up, we some of us ordered the others. So here again, it's just, you know, seeing things that you didn't know were there, that you hadn't seen somehow, even though this is what we all do 24/7, 365. My goodness. And then, I don't know if I'm gonna try to do those at the same time. Oh, let's see what we have here. Oh, my. That's a whip. You'll go over here. Patty had got all this fabulous fabric from Kim, and I always say it wrong. Is it Diehl or Diehl? Diehl. Kim, I'm sorry, I can never get it right. But this is the fabric that goes with this line here. And I told you I was gonna be all over the place today, and it's just gonna be crazy town. But so these here and this one here, these two are designs, and she has a fabric line that goes with them. Patty ordered the fabric line and brought pieces for me because, well, she's Patty and she's amazing and always super sweet. Look at that one. I love this. I love this colorway. Ooh, so much. We have so much fun. We just stay up late and we talk, and it's just amazing. And then we miss each other immediately. Look at the pigs. The pigs. Look at the color. Oh my gosh, I love it. Of course, the black one, you know, it has my soul. Look at these bunnies. So cute. And then this fabulous yellow check. So these, I'm sure you can get at a quilt shop. I think that Quarter Shop has them. So just check around at some places like this. I don't think they are big enough. They're big enough to line this with. They are not big enough to line this with. So I'm going to line this with just like a neutral of some sort, and then make some fun pockets on here with some of this. So that will be a continuing, forever, probably work in progress. The sewing machine is still up though, so there's hope. There is hope. What else? Now, oh, I had this bag of goodies for Catchy. She brought him a little bag of fun stuff, and he is gonna love it. Because she always, you know, makes the most amazing things. So she made him little ghosties and a pumpkin. So cute. And he was here last night, but I forgot to give it to him. By the time he left, he was tired. Bebe was shooting pictures at a football game for one of the car dealerships around here. And so he stayed with us pretty late. And he was real tired by the time he left. But when he got here, we went to eat right away. And then he wanted to come back, and he had been missing riding his four-wheeler. So James Williams, you know, it was pretty dark back there. We had the backyard lights on, but still, you know, it goes out a pretty good ways. And so he had this, well, here he was when we were leaving dinner. And then Pat found him a headlamp. So then he's riding, I don't know if you can see, he's riding his four-wheeler with his headlamp on. And it's working like a charm, right? Yes, he was loving it. And then, I'm gonna look at my beautiful moonflowers. You have to go outside to see them, you know, at night. But look how beautiful they are. If you've never planted these things, they are stunning. And earlier in the summer, there would be tons of blooms. There's not as many right now. Aria got her reading glasses. She was super excited. She's so cute. And then, let's see her. Oh, they did AB honor roll. So Kimi is right there on the back row, second from the teacher, and then Aria is second from this side over here on the ground. So I'm always proud of my girls. Let me see. And then y'all watched last week, but this beautiful piece here, Kim H was at my table and she designed and stitched this thing. And it is just stunning. Isn't that beautiful? It's crazy beautiful. I was amazed. And then it's in here somewhere. I'm going to show y'all. This is, those missing stitches came by and she didn't want to carry fabric back. So she came around passing out, you got to pick a fabric. So let me see if you can see her card, if I can. I think she's thosemissingstitches.com, but we'll find it in a minute. It's in the stack. And we'll be able to see it. She was so sweet to do that. Let's see. And then we'll see this in a minute. This is my retreat. This is our retreat piece. Tiny Modernist brought this, and that is the fabric from Abby, brought the fabric and helped get the thread packs together, Deb said. So, beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. But we'll find it here in a minute, somehow. Okay. What's that? Is this it? Oh, here it is. Oh, thank you, thank you. Okay, this is Merciful Mercedes. I'm gonna take it out of here. Sorry for the crinkling. I know that sets some of y'all off. Isn't that beautiful? And there is her card. But she was super sweet, and this is beautiful. We all picked something different at the table. Beautiful. And like I said, she was just sweet as she could be. She just came around and said, hey, you can pick, everybody pick one. I didn't want to carry it back. And so she was so kind. So let's see here. So hit her up for some beautiful fabric. What else is in this pile of stuff here? Oh my. Okay, that. Okay, now that goes over there. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on here, y'all. What I have and what I don't have. Okay, I'm going to start with some of this. Oh, Trinket, okay, Trinket brought me this. And also a little, she is Bluebonnet Texas on Instagram. So she brought me this and then a little Texas to go on my badge. So, but my badge is in there, I forgot to grab it. So there's a little needle minder and a card with Texas on it for floss. and for a floss drop, and then that. So thank you, Trinka. What else do I got in here? Okay, these were some of our table gifts and people that walked around, dropped things off. This is from Aunt Karen's Creations, and this is my friend Karen, and she always has the cutest things. That adorable. Let's see what else I have in here. My glasses, those weren't a gift. They were just, necessary. Look, this is from Brit, Handwork Maniac. I love her. I got to go over and visit with her. We don't get to see each other that often, just at retreats. I love watching her. Her stitching is amazing, just amazing. Let's see, here's thread warts, little raggedy threads in there. Now these were on the table. I'm not sure what goes with who. So I'm just gonna show them to y'all, but they were table gifts. So they were either Kim, Rosie, or Teresa. But I had this little ort tray, which is what my orts were in. Patty makes these. I always think they're amazing. And I use them all the time. They're nice to carry, especially with you. If you're going somewhere, that way you have a place to set your little raggedy threads and not fill up the whole floor with them. There is some beautiful floss rings, which these are gorgeous. Yeah, these even say floss bobbin ring. Usually they're just, gray or whatever. And look at this. Beautiful little needle book and the needle minder. I love that. And then look at these. I don't know how people do all the things they do. How cute is that? These little fancy pins for some of our stitches. I will probably put them in our project piece this time. And then, and this sweet girl, Chris, came around, and she is Eeyore Rose Stitches on Flosstube and Instagram. She was so sweet and really upbeat. I just thought she was adorable. And Eeyore, thanks for thinking of me. Love it. So it's just super fun to meet the people and get to talk to them and find out little bits about people. Okay, that's a good piece of thread. That's a good piece of thread. Why is it just hanging? I must have cut it and then decided to change this to something else. Now, this was a sweet gift, and I feel horrible. I cannot remember her name, and I even have a picture of her with me, and I don't now have blanked on her name. She was so precious, but it was all in this beautiful box, which I had to fold flat to get home. And so here is a little ghost hug. Y'all, if you need to just give somebody something to lift them up on Halloween, look at this. How cute is that? And then it had this little guy. Isn't he adorable? Absolutely fabulous bling for your Halloween stitch. Will definitely be going on there. It had, see, I put in 310 and she put 3853. I think I had maybe 740. I had a bright orange in mine, which I love to get this and find out people's favorite Halloween colors. And then it had some where there's chewy ones, which I haven't eaten yet, but I love. And then this little, a little highlighter for your patterns. So I am so sorry that I blanked on your name, but you are so sweet, and I loved this and loved getting to meet you and make a picture with you. And now my brain has gone blank. So comment, and I can tag our photo, and then maybe my brain will fire at some point in some ways, and I can have that together in my mind. Okay, this was another one of our table gifts. It was yummy, which I haven't eaten yet. I always bring these home to share with James Williams because, candy. It had, which I always need, lip. Especially there, the air is so dry. I don't know how they keep from cracking in two. It is just super dry. chocolate balls, as the girls call them. This is in the center of their little bingo box. There's a little circle, and Micah puts one of these in every day. And so this is their dessert after their lunch. And then a peppermint bark. Yummy, yummy. You can never go wrong with that. Okay. And like I said, you just get to meet these people. They come by and they sit down and you get to visit, and it's just so fun. Look at this. And of course, once again, I've lost my brain and I cannot remember your name. And we even talked about having Jeeps together. Here again, in the comments. Not that it'll work on my brain, let's be honest. A new duck for my Jeepy. I love it. And all these fun threads. Look at these, a beautiful palette for fall. And then a little cowboy hat, because you know, Texas. I love it. I love it. Which also makes me remember to say, oh, and a nail file, which I'm in need of 24/7, 365. Catchy was gonna go as the Hulk for Halloween, and then he informed us that that was off. He was not going as the Hulk for Halloween, that he was gonna go as his daddy, and then nobody would be able to tell them apart. So I'm just dying because, I mean, you know, there is a size difference, but people will definitely think they hit the time warp and went back in time, because he looks just like his daddy did when he was little. I mean, identical. Identical. Then Patty's Damon. Oh, and Joan gave us these. If you bought a bag from her, you got this fun coaster. I guess it's 3D printed. I can't remember what she said now. But that's fun. And, you know, here again, always need a coaster. Damon made these for us. And, you know, he works in his wood shop, you know, all the time. He's always doing and making things. And so thank you, Damon. These are amazing. Let's see if I can stack them up in colors. So Patty brought me these. And I'm so excited. So, you know, I don't remember if it was at StitchCon or at Stitch West Spring that she FFO'd. Was it the Chubby Bee, Patty, that you FFO'd in here? Or Chubby Bunny for somebody, for your, for her exchange gift. And so Damon made these for us to put on, to make those in. So thank you so much, Damon and Patty. I will be filling those up. And there's white ones. And there's black ones. Wasn't that sweet? I love them. And then Elaine came by and she had some, I can't remember, she said if you were a serious or whimsical or what they said it was, she said, but it was, so since I'm whimsical, I got the little dinosaur, which is very fitting, and I love him. And I want one of those blow up dinosaur suits to go around in, because I think they're fun. And in here, get this. This room Patty brought me. Amazing. With a little bunny waxer. And look at these. And now, this is amazing to me. How is that? For when you have to frog. I don't know where she got. Patty finds the most amazing things. But look at that. So when you're having to frog and pick up those little threads, this will definitely be going into my stitchy box. This beautiful needle minder with the flag and the eagle in it. And then this one may be from Siggy's, possibly Siggy's Closet. It looks like it. Isn't that beautiful? Let me see if I can turn it the right way. It is. So it has this and this. Isn't that so cute? So we, like I said, we have fun. We get to the room, we exchange our presents with each other, and we just hang out and visit and stitch and talk about things that we need to stitch, want to stitch, are stitching. I mean, the talk never stops. I mean, it just never stops. This was for something. I'll figure it out in a minute. Carol brought me some, where'd they go, Carol? Of these to stitch for my 13 for the 250th. And she's gonna laugh again because I can't find it in my book, of course, when I'm looking for it, but the word is the, I don't know. And I can hear Nancy and Carol laughing all the way over here. The semi-sesquicentennial. There it is. Oh, I'm gonna underline it. Oh my gosh, hold on. Hold the buses. It is the semi-quincentennial. Okay, and here we go. We're going over here for our little highlighter. We're highlighting that puppy. So when I need to say it again, semi-quincentennial. There you go. Okay. There we go. Because, well, that's a whole mouthful, isn't it? That's the whole thing. But she has stitched these and brought these and so they're going to try to get it worked into my stitches for my 13 for the 250th. Now I don't know if they'll make it. This one might, especially because it's a faster than the other two. But I think there's 4 of these. Yeah, because it's a quartet. There's 4 of these total. And so I will try to get some of that done for, okay, oh geez, there's still stuff going on there. Oh, one of my emergency cookie rations that was in the bag in case you start to fall out. Here we go. And here was Patty's table gift. And she always puts your little project card in there. She put a little floss in there. These fabulous project cards. There's a couple of these in here. And these are so cute with her kitties in there. So it has her babies in there. And then, and you know, Patty stitching with my kitties. And then she had in here, look at, she makes these things. How amazing is this? See the little kitty in there? It had a threader that she's put a little magnet on so I can keep it with my little stand. And now look at this though. This little frog, she made this little frog and he's so beautiful. He looks like Clausenet to me. Look at that. Or Millefleur, or maybe it's Millefleur he looks more like. Isn't he gorgeous? I'm always amazed at things Patty makes. There's, and then we're gonna throw a little bit of sad in here right now. I couldn't decide when to say it, and now that we're gonna talk about, we're sitting here talking about people who can do anything. Well, this is where we're gonna talk about it. And I think I've about cried out, so I think I can talk about it without bawling. My sweet Ann that made me these, and that made my mom the butterfly quilts all those years ago. And we have sent letters and cards and phone calls back and forth, and got to visit with each other twice in person. And the pandemic was a horrible thing, but it made some things possible that I'm not sure would have ever happened otherwise. And Ann and Patty are 2 of those super things for me that came out of COVID because we were all at home. And I'm ever grateful for good friends. I mean, they're not, you know, they're not easy to come by. And Ann had got sick and was in the hospital and had to have surgery, and then had gone to the rehab after the surgery, and had developed a blood clot, and then from that she had a bleed. They couldn't stop after they thinned it back out, and so we lost Ann not weekend before last, I guess, right before I left for Stitch the weekend before we left for Stitch West. So Rich sent me a message that just, I mean, broke my heart. It was so sweet and kind, but one of the lines in it, he said, I lost the love of my life. And that just gutted me. So please be praying for the Seeleys as they try to navigate this process of grieving and getting on down the road without their light, because Anne was a light in the world. She was always happy, always upbeat. She had every reason not to be. Her back had basically just crumbled, and so in her shoulder, and she was, always had pain and discomfort and couldn't get around like she wanted to. Still sewed, still knitted, still cross-stitched, still tatted, crocheted, painted and made the beautiful cards. There's just nothing she couldn't or didn't do. And, she just didn't let anything stop her. She still worked at the temple. Just absolutely somebody you want to grow up to be. So please pray for them as they're trying to navigate this, and for all the rest of us who, kind of lost a beacon, because she, anytime you talked to her, you just were instantly, you were lightened up and you were back on course and getting on down the road in a better place than you were before you talked to her. So I will treasure these two forever. They won't get put up. They will stay out always. And I will mark on the bottom, I'll tag them who they're from and who made them. And I'm sure Michael will take them. She's my cat person. And when I kick out, and she will know how dear they were to me because they were from Anne. And she stitched them and finished them fully and sent them to me. From the hospital, she had a friend. She went to the trouble to have a friend mail them to me so that I would get them. Not, I'll send them when I get out. No. She had the friend box them up and send them to me. And so they will be dear to me till the end of time. I will adore them. And I've done pretty good about it. I kind of cried out, and then I'll get kind of choked up again about it. But I just think she's up there with Diehl now, and they're talking about quilting and stitching and all the things they made and things that they're sending us ideas of things we need to make. And I think that's how that works. I really do. So that's been hard. That was hard. So it broke my heart, and I hope that that they're doing the best they can to try to find some semblance of normalcy after something like that. I don't know, y'all. I told somebody that asked me, man, his ways are not my ways, and that is a fact, and I know that. I would not try to question him, but boy, there's things I don't understand. Oh, and this was so sweet. Jenny brought this over, I believe. I hope I've got that right in my brain. I think Jenny I won her smalls exchange last time at Stitch West. I didn't do the smalls exchange this year. My suitcase was tight, and I didn't. I was gonna do my bag, and then I just didn't. And so anyway, we'll talk about that bag in a minute too. It's over here somewhere. Because I did fully finish it out since we've talked. So I guess that's part of the FFO. So it is here on it was here on my pattern for filling Sheepish. This is one of the projects I took. I only took 2 projects. And I think I've got some pretty decent progress since y'all saw it last. I'm gonna move this needle down. We went up to the room one night and I just stopped what I was doing. Oh, you know what? I was stitching on it when they started the presentation with Tiny Modernist. And so I just set it down, and that's why my needle is hanging here. So I did start on my little sheep. So my flowers are done. There's little bitty dots and things out here, but I will do them as I do the sheep and do all those colors. So see all these little dots and things out here, but those are also in the sheep. So as I do that part of the sheep, I'll do whatever color the little dot is out here to get done. I am in love with this thing. Now I will tell y'all, I did all this part the way I stitch, and I crumple it up in my hand like this, and then I just do the sewing method, right? And then, you know, Dottie told me that she just sticks her hand in there and goes tam and uses this as this is her top. She starts stitching here and goes down. That way you just stick your hand in, right? Like this. So I decided I'd try it on the sheep. So all this will be turned the other direction. The stitches will be exact opposite, but that's okay because my sheep will all be the same direction. But it has worked out great. You just stick your hand in there and basically you just stitch like this. So that has worked out nicely. So Dottie said she saw somebody else do it. And now Dottie's a lefty, so she goes at it from this direction, like this. But it's the same either way. So if you start stitching at the side as your top, then you can have your hand inside the bag. So basically this, if you stitch this as your top stitch, that's your first stitch, and then stitch down, you can have your hand fully in here all the time, and then just stitch just like you would if you were holding any other piece of fabric or a hoop or whatever else. So I hope that helps somebody. It did. I thought it was amazing. So then when I tried it, it does work out pretty good. So that was one of my whips I worked on while I was there. Now I have some whips I've worked on since I got home too. We have stacks upon stacks upon stacks over here. When I clear this table, it's gonna be, oh my gosh. Oh, and then I have other things to show too. Yike. This is my Carnival Knockdown Owl by Rebel Stitcher. It is so cute. I decided to change a little bits of it because I'm gonna leave it out through fall. So instead of the witch hat, I decided to change his hat. I know all y'all ain't surprised I changed anything, so. I haven't quite finished off the top yet because I'm just having to eyeball it and go because y'all know, well, it's me. And I don't do things in the, my husband says the one consistent thing about me is I'm inconsistent, and that's probably, never more true words were said. So his hat here, I've got to build up a little bit more so it looks like a little slatch on top. So he will just have on a little smashed up top hat like. And then, so I am right here on him. You see, I'd already stitched the witch hat, right? And so I'm just having to kind of eyeball and fill that in to make a little top hat. So I am right about here. I don't know that the fuzzy yarn is going to let these show. So I can't decide if I'm going to stitch them or just leave them. I don't know. I don't think they're going to show up much, but I may try putting a double row of them maybe instead of a single row, because the fuzzy yarn is going to cover up the single, I think. I took it out here on the forehead also because you couldn't see it. There was a little triangle right there, but you couldn't see it good, and it looked kind of like his beak because it was orange, so I just took it out. So then he just has his little, and I need to put a little white fleck in his eyeball so he doesn't look kind of like a demon owl, but you know, whatever. And then I've got my little outline kind of going there just to fill in. So that one is a super fun stitch. And then I got my Carnival Knockdown Cat FFO'd, mostly. I need to put bias tape around the edge, but I didn't have enough, so I didn't. So let's put you back in the bag before you get away. One thing can be put up where it should be. It's only gonna be one thing. But I worked, I flew in Sunday. James had his second surgery Monday. They took out those screws and put in shorter screws. They had backed out a little bit as the bone had healed and stuff. So he took out the 2 screws that were in there and put in new screws, shorter screws that are fully threaded. He thinks they'll be less likely to back out and they'll stay put better. And so he's at the house. So I had to be there. Payne and I had to get up at 3, I think, on Sunday to get to the airport. And then it was another 3 o'clock wake up call here to be at the surgery by 5. And then I had school on Tuesday. I worked on Wednesday. I had school on Thursday. And so here we are on Friday. And I am probably loopy. I don't know that I can be trusted with a lot of anything at this point. But I got this, and I don't know if I can get it to show all at one time. Let's see here. I had these from a spooky box from Fat Quarter Shop, maybe year before last. I don't think it was last year. But they are adorable. I think it is a, oh my gosh, I just blanked on the name. Oh, I had it again. It left. Riley Blake. I think it's a Riley Blake fabric line. And so I just put him in the center of these big squares because Catch and the girls loved how soft the kitty was. And so I thought I'd just make a pillow cover out of it, but he's a weird shape kind of for a pillow, for a sofa pillow, right? And so, you know what? I thought, you know what? This will be a fast fix. I just tied it. It's not quilted. It's just tied in the corners with floss. And he is here and just as cute as he could be in this. It is just a piece of flannel on the back from Hobby Lobby. They didn't have a big selection, y'all. Since we lost Joann's, it's been brutal. And the people who buy things just on purpose to close them, I have unkind words for you. Because that's what happened with the Joann's. So anyway, it needs, you see my sewing machine went crazy and Patty had to help me figure out what was going on. And then when she did, then it was much better. See, I started out like this, but then it was ugly on the back. And then somehow I ended up with this. I don't know what happened. And I never do usually. And then when I talked to Patty, she said, oh no, your bobbin isn't sitting right. So now, of course, I should have called her that day. But you know me, I'm going on, right? So then when I did talk to her, she told me how to fix it. So like I said, it's just flapped under and I'm gonna put the bias tape around it. It's just super rough. But anyway, he was able to cover up with it yesterday for a little while. So he liked it, so that was super fun. And it's fun to have it FFO'd. I hate that I'm behind on my FFOs. This makes me unhappy with myself. I don't like being, and I know some of y'all don't mind that, and that's fine too. It's just one of my peculiarities. Who's next? Okay, now my little postage stamps, I got both of them finished here. I can't remember if I had finished all the back stitch on this one, when y'all saw it or not. It is the postage stamp series by Cute Embroidery by Kate. It was a gift and I got it done. And of course I don't have a board in here to put them on, so. And so there's that one. And then I finished my boot, which I am in love with. So here it is like this. And here's mine. And I did just tea-dye it with a tea bag, dabbed a tea bag around it. Isn't that adorable? Those are so cute. So those are finishes. What else? I did stitch some on my 1776 Sal. Dottie, Patty, and I are doing this. And I think Patty may be finished or is nearly finished with hers. I just got a little bit more done, just a tiny bit. I got some more leaves done. And then I started on my rows. So let's see if I can fold it where y'all can see it. So does it go? Yeah, this is right side up. The other day I was holding it upside down. It is beautiful. This is on a piece of The Beach by Manny Dodonna. And I just did a floss toss and grabbed some floss to do it with. Patty may have got the silk conversion from the attic. I think she did. I think the attic has a silk conversion for it. But it is so pretty. And then, I worked on my Freak for the Beak. This is a sal with myself and Christy, Salty Stitcher Designs, and Patty. So if you want to jump on, it's by Boomerang Stitches. It's called Freak for the Beak. Y'all know I love watching my birds. And then this is going to give us an interesting perspective because, and then Patty has divided it all up for us. So if you want to screenshot that, if you're doing it, we're trying to stay on track each month. So I'm working on this guy here. I've got to get, this week, I've got to get this little section finished because I don't want to get behind. These are the super, super gorgeous colors for it. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? Oh, and I've got a knot or something right there. Oh, no. No, no, no. Stop. There we go. So these are just amazing. But I had started doing 1/2 because this is a 35 count lamb's wool. And Christie's and I think maybe even Patty's part was much brighter than mine. And I decided it was because they were doing 2/1. Or it was a smaller count. And so theirs looked thicker. So you're gonna be shocked. Look at this. This guy is 2/1 and this guy is 1/1. These are the exact same colors. This here is this. So I will probably go back and just stitch over this one, another one. I'm not gonna rip it out. I'll just put another stitch on top. I know that's incredibly, I know that's triggering some of y'all, but it's what it is. But isn't that crazy how much brighter the colors are with none of that, the beige coming through from the back? Just really, it just takes the saturation level of the color down so much. So the rest of it will be done with 2/1 on the lamb's wool. Oh my gosh, y'all. Eye pouring again. Don't mind me. So that one I was really shocked at how that, what a difference. I wouldn't have thought that would make that big a difference in the color at all, but it did, and it does. Okay, I'll put you right here. You go here with this. If I'm smart, I'll just put you back in the bag right now while I'm sitting here. I try to keep my life somewhat less disorganized. We're not going to say organized because that'd just be silly. That'd just be lying. Now, our new start should have been right there. Y'all, I thought it was right here and with this. Is it not? There's that. And that. No. Okay, well, we may have to talk about our new one last week. Our new start from the thing next time because I didn't think I stitched on it. Maybe I took it in my bag to the hospital. Oh well, I do have a picture of it here. I think we showed it a minute ago, but yes. But I wanted to show you the little strawberry pattern that came with it. The second night, what she brought the pattern to go with it was a little strawberry. So it has this, and then it had this adorable little strawberry to go with it. It was so cute. And I thought I had it right here, but maybe it's in this one. Let's be sure. It is. Yay. Wrong bag. Okay. I really thought I had it over here, and I did. So, I think I just dropped it down in here, right there. So here are the beautiful flosses. And she was so interesting. I didn't know she was a clothes designer and children's clothes designer and things early on. And that's why it's called Tiny Modernist, because she had a line of children's clothing. And she did like retro little kind of 60s dresses and things for kids. And so I loved that. So it was really neat to get to talk to her and hear about her process and things. But those are some of the colors. And then Deb made one of these for everybody at the thing. Can you imagine? Everybody got one. That was, I don't know, 175, 200 of these things. I was amazed. So here was this. So the first night we got this and the floss. And then Abby, Top Knot Stitcher, had, and this is the linen here. And so I did get a start on it because I wanted to start it at the retreat. So I did get a start on it. And maybe I did, I don't think I did anything since I got back though. But I wanted to get a start on it at the retreat. And then look at this. How adorable is that? So that's the little strawberry that goes with it. So I will be doing both of those because, you know, adorable times a million. Okay, now I'm sure there are things here buried on this table I have left out and I have forgotten. But we have already gone over an hour, so I probably better get off here and try to get this thing uploaded because when it's over an hour, for some reason it takes a lot longer. So I'm gonna jump off here and try to get it uploaded. Y'all have a happy Friday, a great weekend, and enjoy your stitching. Bye.